What if you could install Android 16 on an old Android phone, without root, and without waiting for an official update? So this is my old Moto G71. It officially runs Android 12 with Motorola's Moto UI, but look at it now. This exact same phone is running Android 16. And the best part? I did it without root. And today, I'll show you exactly how to install Android 16 on almost any Android phone running Android 7 or newer. But before we start, there are a few important things to know. First, you need an unlocked bootloader. If your bootloader is locked, unlock it first using the guide for your phone in the description. Next, you'll need a PC, and it can be Windows, Linux, or Mac. Any of them will work for installing Android 16. Also, this process will erase your data, and a GSI can cause boot issues. So use a secondary phone if possible, and keep your stock firmware ready in case you need to restore it. Alright, let's start the Android 16 installation. Let me quickly open a root checker app and verify that this phone is not rooted. As you can see, there is no root access on this device. Let me open the settings as well. As you can see, this is the Moto G71, and right now it is running Android 12, which is going to be replaced by Android 16 soon. Now the first thing you need to do is enable developer options. In About Phone section, look for build number and tap on it 7 times, until you see a message, "You are now a developer." Once that's done, go back to the settings menu. Now go to System, then tap on Developer Options. Here, as you can see, my bootloader is already unlocked. So, before continuing, make sure the bootloader on your phone is unlocked as well. Next, scroll down a bit and look for USB debugging. Turn this on as well. Once USB debugging is enabled, let's move on to the next step, which is downloading the Android 16 files. First, download the Treble Info app from the link in the description and install it. Now, if Treble Info says, "Generic system image found," you are good to go. Just tap on Browse Images, and it will open the GitHub page where you can find the available GSI builds. Here, look for the Android 16 section, and download the GSI on your phone. I already have the Android 16 GSI downloaded, so I'll skip the download here. And as you can see, here is the Android 16 GSI file that I downloaded. So, we are done with this step. Now let's move on to the next step, and flash the Android 16 GSI file. For that, connect your phone to the PC using a USB cable. As soon as you connect it, you should see a USB debugging permission pop up on your phone. Just tap Allow. Alright, I am using a Mac for this tutorial, and I already have ADB and FastbootD installed. But if you are on Windows or Linux, don't worry. The same commands will work there as well. If you don't have these tools installed yet, download the Android platform tools from the link in the description and extract the zip file. On Windows, open the Extracted Platform Tools folder, click the address bar, type CMD, and press Enter. This will open Command Prompt directly inside the folder. Let me open Terminal on my Mac as well. First, run the ADB devices command to check if the phone is connected. If you see your phone's serial number here, you are good to go. Next, run the ADB reboot bootloader command. This will reboot your phone and take it into fastboot mode. While the phone is booting into fastboot mode, let me extract the Android 16 file. And yes, the file is extracted, and as you can see, it contains 3 files. Now, the phone has also booted into fastboot mode. Let's check if the phone is connected properly. Run the fastboot devices command. If you see the phone's serial number here, then yes, the phone is connected and fastboot is working correctly. Next, run the fastboot reboot fastboot command. This will reboot the phone into FastbootD mode, so just wait for a few seconds. And yes, as you can see, the phone has now booted into FastbootD mode. Now, the first command we need to run is fastboot erase system. This will erase the existing system partition and make space for the Android 16 GSI files. If this command returns an error on your device, don't worry. Run this command instead. Fastboot delete dash logical dash partition product _A. Next, run the fastboot flash system command, and then drag and drop the system image file from the extracted Android 16 folder into the terminal window. This is the actual command that installs Android 16 on your phone. The flashing process can take around 3 to 4 minutes, depending on your phone and PC, so let's wait until it finishes. And yes, as you can see, it says finished. That means the Android 16 system image has been successfully flashed. But don't reboot the phone yet. First, we need to run 2 more commands. Run fastboot erase user data. Then run fastboot erase metadata. These commands will clean up the required data and metadata partitions before we boot Android 16 for the first time. Now, reboot the phone back into normal fastboot mode by running fastboot reboot bootloader. This will take the phone out of FastbootD mode and boot it back into normal fastboot mode. Now we need to disable VB meta verification. This step is important because if verification is still enabled, the phone may fail to boot the Android 16 GSI. For that, run the fastboot disable verification flash VB meta command and drag and drop the VB meta file from the Android 16 GSI folder into the terminal window. In my case, I got an error here because I had already completed this step earlier. Once everything is done, it is finally time to reboot the phone. Just press the power button to start the phone. The first boot can take around 5 to 6 minutes, so don't worry if it takes longer than usual. Let me fast forward this part. And yes, we are now booted into the Android 16 setup screen. Let me quickly complete the setup, and then we can check Android 16 running on this old phone. And there we go. We have successfully booted into Android 16. Let me quickly check the Android version in settings. And as you can see, the Android version is showing Baklava, which is the codename for Android 16. Since this is an older GSI build, the interface might look a little different, and you may even feel like this is Android 15. But it is actually Android 16. So yes, Android 16 is now running successfully on this old Moto G71, and we did it without root. From Android 12 to Android 16 on the same phone. Pretty impressive for an old device. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.